high-level November game. Clippers outscored the Celtics 31-18 in the final 6 minutes of the fourth and overtime. A bunch of threes, as you saw. Patrick Beverley with a dozen, hit 4 of those 5 threes during this stretch. We welcome in Tim Legler. Always fun to sit down with you. Obviously, Kawhi and George on the floor. We'll talk about that. Yeah. But first, you got Lou, you got Beverley, these nice little luxuries. But what makes the Clippers, in your opinion, such a problem moving forward in the half court is what? Yeah, well, first of all, they've got the 3. No team has 3 offensive players like they have when you add Lou Williams to the mix. They can get the shot anytime they want to. Sure. So offensively, they've got more than teams. But what they do defensively with their perimeter speed, Scott, no team in the league can match what they can bring at you. Show you an example of this early in the game. And we wanted to focus on Paul George and Kawhi, but you can't watch them play defense without including Patrick Beverley. I'm sorry. You just cannot. And what a luxury it is to have a guy like this who right now is guarding Jason Tatum, a 6'8" forward, and on this dribble handoff action right here, to be able to have a guy then that could jump out and play this dribble handoff and not only do that, but then do this. How many guys are willing to go and fight over the screen? Nobody. Right? Everyone goes under. On a DHO, you usually go under that. You know Kemba's probably not going to pull that right there, so it'll be easy to go under. Instead, let me go over the top and chase, and look what it ends up leading to. Now, you get this pocket pass, balls on the floor. This is what great defensive teams do. Flood to the ball. 5 guys in the lane on the loose ball. Now, can you recover out to the three-point line? Because defense is all about help and recover. Look at this effort by Paul George. He actually closes out on the wrong side. The ball comes to the middle. He's beaten. Watch this recovery. One step, the effort to cut him off. This play's not over. Now, Kawhi's going to get in the mix here. We get actually dribble penetration. It looks like he's going to be beat to the rim. Kawhi is lurking in the back. What a luxury to have a 2-guard in the back line defense. Watch him come over, and as he does, the chain of events that it triggers. As he comes, he leaves his man in the corner. This ball is going to get passed out. One guy is going to be able to get there. Take a look at the closeout of Paul George to protect Kawhi Leonard on this. And then, Scott, impossibly, the ball is swung. This has to be a naked 3. Right. No, not if Patrick Beverley's on the floor. Look at the ground that Patrick Beverley covers. Now, look, he doesn't quite get there, but you don't think running by a shooter with that speed affects a dude? I used to take that shot, and I know that bothers you, especially when he runs to the right hand the way Patrick Beverley did. That's as good as it gets with help and recover with those 3 guys and what this team ultimately can be. That's one possession. It's exhausting to see. The Celtics were 1 of 15 with Kawhi, the primary defender, on the 3, and then he got that block late, as you saw. Obviously, it's George, Kawhi for the first time. They're going to manage their minutes and their games throughout this season. But when they're on the floor together, as they build familiarity and cohesion together, what's it going to look like? Ultimately, what I'm envisioning, and I didn't see it much tonight because they staggered minutes a lot, but you're going to see, action on one side of the floor like that with Kawhi Leonard drawing 2, and you got a spot-up three-point shooter on the side if it's Paul George. But what I want to see, and I didn't see much of it tonight, one guy initiating action on the side of the floor, drawing 2, swinging it out of that, getting to the other side of the floor into the hands of another elite playmaker who runs action, draws 2, and it ends up leading to a pocket pass, dunk, corner 3, you name it, because both of them can beat you from anywhere on the floor as scorers. They can also pick you apart as passers and playmakers, and it's going to be special. They're a long way from where they're going to be offensively. But defensively, you're already seeing some of the returns. Yeah, then they make it hell on you on the other end when they go guard you. All right, on the way out here, if something's important to you, it's important to us. Some history was made in Philadelphia last night, and I'll let you take it from here. Yeah, I can't let this go unnoticed. He's a Philadelphia icon. His name is Herb McGee. He's already in the Hall of Fame. But he did something last night and got his 1,100th win. Now, put it in perspective, there's only one other guy on that list, Scott, and that's Mike Krzyzewski. He's been the head coach at Jefferson University, used to be Philly U, for 53 years. Wow. 47,000-point scorers he's had, 30 NCAA tournament teams. Those are all numbers that are nice, but for me, the reason I wanted to make sure I gave Herbie a shout-out, the impact he's had on all of these young men. I mean, a lot of guys don't necessarily do it the right way. Number one thing you have to do as a coach, perpetuate the love for the game. When you get these young men, prepare them for life, be a mentor, be somebody that makes guys understand what it means to play this game in a beautiful way, in a collective unity. That's what Herb McGee is all about. I admire his teams. I admire the way they play. I admire the man. He's had a great impact on an awful lot of people. He is a Philadelphia legend, and he did something last night. When you get on a list with a guy like Mike Krzyzewski, and you're the only 2 at that table,
need to get a special shout-out. So congrats, Herb. I'm proud of you, and I consider him a friend and a great man.
Well done. When you're at a high top, we got a table for two. It's K and you. That's well said. And we always talk about Big
Thanks
Five
for the
basketball.
time, by the way.
No, without
Appreciate
question, man. I love how much Philadelphia loves basketball, so obviously he's been a huge part of that. Well done.
You got it. Thanks,
All right, we pivot back into the NBA. Rockets of Houston entering the night on an 8-game winning streak, and you see they've also had James Harden go for 36 or more. James Harden off the rip gets going early, but Denver really made it a point in this game to play defense and try to limit Harden, which obviously everybody's going to try to do, but can you? Westbrook there with the lay-in, and then steps into the long three. Yeah, you better guard him anytime he's on the other side of half court. But the Nuggets have a 4-point lead. Nikola Jokic. Float game.
On point.
Float game from the big man, the elegant. There's the defense. Now you understand, Nuggets, why Coach Malone's saying, hey, how about some effort? How about we show that we care? How about we guard? It leads to a Will Barton dunk in transition. Nuggets up 8. It's a 10-point lead into the fourth. And we have put the Harden portion of the highlight to bed because this is the Torrey Craig and one as the Nuggets lead by 12. And then Harden has it ripped. Oh, my. Craig showing out a bit. Harden had 27, held well under his average, did have 8 turnovers as well as the Nuggets moved to 10-3. Just a game off Houston's bumper out west. This was the first time this year the Rockets scored fewer than 100 in a game, hit just a dozen threes, which is tied for their second fewest in a game, and Harden had his second lowest point total of the season. You add that up, and that adds up to why Houston on the wrong side of it for the first time in the last 9 games. I mean, career night, okay. Doncic, by the way, one big thing coming. He makes history, needs 16-6 to average 30, a 30-point triple-double over a 10-game span.
One big half.
One big half? Sure. Leg said you're not going to see a guy have a better quarter than he had in the first quarter. Golden State was down to 8 guys in this game, all right? They're banged up, as we know, so many injuries. Doncic, who had a 40-plus point triple-double his last time out, rolling. Feed Finney Smith there with a throwdown. Little look away. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first. Doncic, he loves that spot. Next Mavs possession. He loves that spot. You know what? I think any spot is really his spot at the moment. He's got a minute to go in the first. 5 of 6 from 3 in the first. As it comes to a close, off the miss, Doncic again. 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists in a quarter. And the Warriors were going to catch a bad one in this one. And that first quarter was really just the beginning. I told you he loved that spot. Picking right up where he left off.